The MIM-104 Patriot missile system remains a cornerstone of Western air and missile defense in 2025. This long-range interceptor demonstrates the system's ability to engage threats at distance. Operators monitor multiple targets across altitudes, coordinating intercepts in real time. The Patriot system is designed to operate reliably in all weather conditions, day or night. It is designed to counter tactical ballistic missiles with real-time tracking and intercept planning. The system can track low-flying cruise missiles and provide precise targeting information. It can detect advanced aircraft, including reduced signature fighters, through sophisticated radar processing. For decades, the AN/MPQ-65's distinctive arrays have served as the system's primary sensors. Launch canisters elevate into firing position, ready to engage incoming threats on short notice. Patriot batteries have symbolized a nation's commitment to protecting its skies and civilian populations. Civilians look up, reassured by the protection provided overhead. Patriot batteries defend critical military infrastructure and high-value assets at forward bases and ports. In an era where aerial threats are proliferating, air defense faces an increasingly complex environment. As threats become more sophisticated, the Patriot system's continued relevance is no longer merely academic. More than 19 nations rely on the Patriot as their primary shield. It's a matter of strategic importance. Its performance remains an international focus and a frequent subject of debate among allies and rivals. Why does the Patriot system command such persistent focus today on September 7, 2025? The answer lies in the evolving nature of modern warfare. The skies are no longer dominated solely by conventional fighter jets and bombers. Today's battlefields are a complex, layered threat environment that includes swarms of inexpensive yet lethal drones, low-flying and stealthy cruise missiles, hypersonic weapons traveling at Mach 5+. The Patriot, originally conceived during the Cold War to intercept Soviet aircraft and tactical missiles, now has to prove its mettle against these new dangers, forcing continuous adaptation and improvement. The system's prominence reflects widespread deployment and political significance. Acquiring Patriot batteries is a major geopolitical event, signaling strategic alignment with the United States. Presence in volatile regions, Middle East, Eastern Europe. Indo-Pacific serves as a deterrent and a potential flashpoint. When tensions rise, Patriot deployments are often early signs of military posturing. Its effectiveness is scrutinized by defense analysts, diplomats, and world leaders. Ultimately, the debate is about the balance between offense and defense. As adversaries invest in technologies to overwhelm or bypass defenses, the pressure on platforms like Patriot intensifies. Its ability to intercept threats shapes military planning, strategic calculus, and the safety of millions of civilians. This essay will examine the system's history, operational mechanics, combat record, and modernization efforts to judge if this veteran guardian remains a game-changer in the contemporary security landscape. The story of the Patriot missile system begins deep in the Cold War, an era defined by the tense standoff between NATO and the Warsaw Pact. Its development started in the 1960s under the program named Surface-to-Air Missile Development, or SAMD. The United States Army sought a revolutionary system to replace two aging platforms, Nike Hercules, MIM-23, Hawk. The goal was ambitious. They sought to create a single mobile system. The system could engage multiple targets simultaneously. It had to function effectively in a heavy electronic warfare environment. The primary perceived threat was a massive, coordinated Soviet air attack over Europe. After a lengthy and complex development phase, the system was officially redesignated the MIM-104 Patriot in 1976. Patriot is an acronym, Phased Array, tracking radar to intercept on target. This footage highlights the groundbreaking phased array radar technology at its core. This phased array radar was a significant leap forward. The system could search for, track, and guide missiles to multiple targets. It operated without a mechanically rotating dish like its predecessors. The initial version was known as Patriot Advanced Capability 1, or PAC-1. It was first deployed in 1984. Its primary mission remained defending against advanced Soviet aircraft. It had a secondary, not fully realized capability against tactical ballistic missiles. The end of the Cold War and the 1991 Gulf War shifted the Patriot's purpose and public profile. During Operation Desert Storm, Iraq's modified Scud missiles posed a significant threat to coalition forces and civilian centers in Saudi Arabia and Israel. In response, the Patriot system was thrust into the role of a missile interceptor, a mission for which it had only recently been upgraded. This conflict marked the first time any surface-to-air missile system had engaged tactical ballistic missiles in combat. While its performance was a subject of intense post-war debate, the Gulf War cemented the Patriot's new primary identity as a theater ballistic missile defense system, shaping its development for decades to come. Following the Gulf War, the Patriot's evolution accelerated, driven by the clear and present danger of ballistic missile proliferation. The United States Army initiated a series of critical upgrades under the Patriot Advanced Capability, or PAC program. The PAC-2 upgrade, rushed into service for Desert Storm, improved software and fusing for missile engagements. This was followed by the far more significant PAC-3 program, which introduced a completely new, smaller and more agile interceptor missile. This new missile was designed from the ground up for hit-to-kill engagements, intended to destroy incoming missile warheads through direct kinetic impact rather than a proximity-detonated blast fragmentation warhead, marking a fundamental change in its defensive philosophy. The Patriot system is not a single missile, a coordinated group of components working in concert. A typical Patriot battery consists of 4 key elements. The first and most critical is the AN/MPQ-65 phased array radar set. It serves as the eyes and ears of the battery. Surveillance, target detection, tracking, and missile guidance functions operate across a 120-degree sector. Second is the AN/MSQ-104 Engagement Control Station, or ECS. The ECS is the nerve center of the operation. A crew of 3 soldiers monitors the airspace and makes the ultimate decision to engage. The ECS is the only manned part of the battery during combat operations. The third component is the M901 launching station, which holds and fires the interceptor missiles. A battery typically includes between 4 and 8 launchers, the larger PAC-2 interceptors, and the smaller, more advanced PAC-3 missiles. The final core element is the electric power plant, or EPP, a truck-mounted generator. It provides the substantial electrical power required to run the radar and control station. These components are all mobile, allowing the battery to relocate, crucial for survivability against advanced adversaries. The engagement sequence, or kill chain, begins when the AN/MPQ-65 radar detects a potential threat entering its surveillance area. The system's software automatically analyzes the object's trajectory, speed, and radar signature to classify it as a potential threat or non-threat. This track shows a friendly commercial aircraft, tagged and cleared by the system. That track matches a military fighter on a threat trajectory. Here, a sea-skimming cruise missile appears as a low-altitude radar return. The radar captures a ballistic missile during boost and mid-course, plotting a high-arc trajectory. Inside the engagement control station, operators monitor tracks and classification tags on their screens. The system issues an engagement recommendation, suggesting the optimal response to neutralize the threat. A human operator deliberates and confirms. Final authority remains with the crew. The operator initiates the launch sequence by pressing the launch command. Fast forward, from detection to decision can take mere seconds. With the command given, the launcher fires interceptor missiles. The interceptor closes in, mid-course guidance altering its trajectory toward the target. Initially, the powerful ground-based radar tracks the incoming threat while operators follow the track. The interceptor is steered by a data link with radar transmitting guidance commands to adjust intercept course. This track via missile guidance method uses missile telemetry relayed back to the radar for precise guidance. In the terminal phase, the interceptor's active seeker activates and begins locking onto the target. The seeker's corrections steer the control fins, producing last-second course adjustments for a precise intercept. A terminal intercept. Detonation neutralizes the incoming threat in a calculated blast. The Patriot system's combat debut came during the 1991 Gulf War. Those dramatic intercepts were both impressive and controversial. The system was deployed to Saudi Arabia in 1991. Patriot batteries were also sent to Israel during the conflict. They were deployed to defend against Iraqi Al-Hussein missiles, a modified Scud. Night after night, television audiences watched Patriots streak into the sky to meet incoming Scuds. Initially, the United States Army claimed near-perfect success rates. However, post-war analysis revealed a much more complex picture. Many engagements resulted in the Scud warhead not being destroyed, but merely knocked off course or broken apart. Those fragments still caused damage on the ground. A software timing flaw also famously caused a battery in Dhahran to fail to track an incoming Scud. That failure resulted in the deaths of 28 United States soldiers. A decade later, during the 2003 invasion of Iraq, Patriot systems returned to action. A more advanced version of the Patriot saw extensive action in 2003. Equipped with the newer PAC-3 interceptors and improved software, its capability improved. Its performance against Iraq's short-range ballistic missiles was markedly better. The system was credited with a high success rate against the handful of tactical missiles launched by Iraqi forces. However, this conflict also highlighted a tragic and persistent challenge for air defense systems: fratricide, or friendly fire. In 3 separate incidents, Patriot batteries mistakenly engaged coalition aircraft, resulting in the downing or damage of Allied jets. The air defense landscape of 2025 is dominated by 2 threats: cheap unmanned aerial systems, drones, and highly maneuverable hypersonic weapons. For the Patriot, they sit at opposite ends of a tech and cost spectrum, yet both strain its traditional operating model. Drones are often small, flying low and slow, and are tricky for radars built for fast ballistic missiles to detect and classify. Using a multi-million-dollar Patriot interceptor to kill a drone worth a few $1,000s creates an unsustainable economic exchange ratio an adversary can exploit to bleed missile stocks. To deal with drones and cruise missiles more cheaply, Patriot is being folded into a layered defense architecture. It won't act alone. It becomes the high-end layer against the toughest threats: ballistic missiles and advanced aircraft. Lower-tier threats like drones are handled by networking Patriot with specialized systems. That includes short-range air defense platforms and directed energy weapons, high-energy lasers and high-power microwaves, which promise near-limitless magazines and low cost per shot. The aim: the right tool for the right target, preserving Patriot interceptors for what only they can defeat. In conclusion, the Patriot missile system is more than just a missile. It is a symbol of technological endurance and strategic commitment. It has successfully transitioned from a Cold War anti-aircraft system to a premier missile defense platform capable of meeting the headline threats of the current era. For any nation looking to protect its sovereign airspace from the most severe threats, the Patriot, even with its costs and complexities, remains one of the most effective and sought-after choices in the world. It is without a doubt still a game changer.